We're here talking to Andrew Street about the Effective Market Risk Management course. Andrew, what are the major topics of the course?
Well, the course looks at the major issues in market risk management, but it goes beyond mere measurement techniques like value at risk, for example, and looks at the shortcomings, if you like, of the techniques that we use and how we can overcome those by practical measures. In particular, it looks at the relationship between market risk and the other risks within a firm, because it's effectively become clear from the credit crunch, and indeed we've known all along, it's very difficult to actually manage a risk in isolation. And so effective market risk management means understanding not only market risk, but also how market risk interacts with all the other risks in a firm. And the course is very focused, if you like, on understanding what we can do effectively to manage market risk over and beyond mere model measurement using VAR, for example. So there is a lot of practical techniques, and also there is a lot of critique of current methodologies, particularly in the light of the credit crunch. So basically, what have we learned from that, and how can we do things better in the future?
What are the practical benefits of coming on the course?
Well, this course looks at the techniques that people use for measuring market risk, including things like value at risk, using Monte Carlo simulation, historical simulation, variance, covariance techniques. And it asks the question, basically, what's wrong with the models? How can the models mislead us in terms of our risk factors, our risk parameters? And I think it's fair to say that the necessary component of effective market risk management is understanding effectively where you can go wrong, where you can be misled by the data, and to understand, if you like, how to read between the lines from the information you're actually provided with, and to be able to go beyond just the standard kind of textbook techniques for market risk measurement and management, and really be effective in the way that you actually apply those techniques. So this course is very much about looking at the shortcomings and the gaps and filling in knowledge, and also allowing people to understand how they can do things practically which allow them to manage risk beyond, if you like, the standard kind of market risk measures.
How has the current credit crunch and Basel III affected this area?
Well, obviously, any kind of risk management at the moment is under the spotlight. I think it's fair to say that there were several failures of risk management that occurred in 2007, 2008, not least market risk, credit risk and liquidity risk, to name but three. So I think everybody is really trying to learn the lessons of what happened and what went wrong. And indeed, one of the things this course does is to look at the gaps. As I said before, it focuses on the gaps between the techniques, because quite often the gaps is really where the risk is, and understanding how to deal with those gaps is an important part of any sort of complete risk manager's job. Basel III means, in effect, in addition to higher capital charges, also a greater emphasis on risk and risk management. I think regulators in general will be looking for everybody to up their game in terms of risk management techniques. I therefore think there's a great need within firms, basically, to make sure that their risk managers are well trained, that they understand the relationships between risk, where the gaps are, and importantly that risk becomes a culture. So it's not just the risk manager's job to manage risk, but risk is about part and parcel of what everybody does within the firm. So I think risk and risk management is a topic, is something that really needs to be rolled out throughout the firm, rather than just being confined, if you like, to one particular group within a firm. And I think that's one of the lessons, if you like, of the credit crunch.